Welcome back. You're watching Overdrive. Mercedes-Benz best-selling SUV, the GLC, is back in a new avatar but with a heftier price tag. It is priced at 73.5 lakh rupees for the 300 variant, going up to 74.5 lakh rupees for the 220D variant. But is the second-generation model really a worthy upgrade? Let's find out.
Even in today's times, when crossovers and SUVs are practically taking on every segment, but when it comes to premium SUVs, the Mercedes-Benz GLC has been the bestseller, not just for Mercedes-Benz India, but in the segment as a whole. And now there is a new one, and it could actually be the nightmare that the competition was always expecting. Mercedes-Benz haven't messed up with the much-loved silhouette or the design of the outgoing car. It is 60mm longer, sits slightly shorter, and looks a tad bit leaner than before. The taillights with their 3D detailing are sleeker, and the headlights now flow into the grille. This, coupled with the multi-reflector headlights instead of the projector beams, lends the new GLC a more docile front end. But if you want to announce to the world that you are driving the star, there is a humongous Mercedes-Benz logo taking center stage on the face. The new GLC has a 15mm longer wheelbase, which has allowed for 70 liters of extra boot space as well. The loading lip, it's quite low and it's flat, which means loading of the luggage and simply pulling it out is absolutely easy. Furthermore, you can also drop the 40-20-40 seats using this switch right here, but you have to pick it up manually, and when you do use this switch, the front seat automatically goes in the front to accommodate this entire operation. The sideboard could be of use to smaller passengers. The doors open nice and wide, and ingress and egress is absolutely easy, just the way you would expect in a crossover or SUV. Once inside, you will notice the improved legroom that you get inside the car. It's almost as much as the older standard wheelbase E-Class. I'm not kidding, that's the kind of space that you get. And despite the slightly shorter height of the car, the headroom is actually not compromised at all, and even the visibility outside of the windows is excellent. Now, the space at the rear is wide enough to accommodate 3 lean adults, but you see, even the new GLC continues to be predominantly a rear-wheel driven car, so you still get this fat transmission tunnel. Add to that the bulge for the center armrest, and the third passenger, or the third adult at least, is not going to be that comfortable. The cabin has a very airy feel to it, whether you go with the tan upholstery, the beige, or the all black. There's the large glass house and the panoramic sunroof too. The AC vents, the dashboard, the overall layout of the dashboard, the components, and the infotainment screen, it's all inspired by the C-Class as you'd expect. And this is easily the more intuitive screen compared to what the competition offers in the Q5 or the X3, and that's including the new iDrive 8 system, which will eventually make its way to an all-new X3. That is still not going to be as intuitive as this. This is absolutely easy to use. It is complemented by a fully digital, customizable instrumentation. New hybrid powertrains are a big talking point for the GLC globally, but the inflated cost of an engine plus batteries plus that hybrid powertrain, it's just a little too much, which is why Mercedes-Benz India has followed a similar path that was taken for the C-Class as well, which means that you only get mild hybrid tech with the GLC as well. But unlike the small displacement petrol in the C-Class, the GLC goes with a significantly more powerful 258 PS 2-litre turbo petrol to complement its SUV intent. The diesel option comes in the form of the 200 PS 2-litre turbo diesel. The mild hybrid system improves the fuel economy of these engines by 15 and 10% respectively, while lowering their CO2 emissions as well. In fact, these are now 2 of the cleanest engines in the category. Both the engines also get a 23 PS boost from the integrated starter generator or the 48-volt mild hybrid system. And with that kind of assistance, both the engines are actually quite quick. The petrol, for example, goes from 0 to 100 in a little over 6 seconds. Now, these performance figures or power and torque figures are comparable to the Q5 petrol, and like the Q5, all-wheel drive is now standard across the range even for the GLC. So not only on the petrol but also on the diesel engine, which the Q5 doesn't get. And that 4MATIC all-wheel drive system also ensures that getting off the mark is very clean. Getting these 0 to 100 sprints if you are in the mood, that is also in an optimum fashion. So you always get some really good starts and the power is put down cleanly to the road. And when you're not in that mood, the 4MATIC will act as a safety system by sending up to 45% of the power to the front wheels to aid traction and stability. And because 4MATIC is standard, you also get the off-road mode as standard. You don't have to buy an extra off-road mode or whatever. So that essentially will give you hill descent control. And when you're driving in the rough, it will also make sure that the power and torque is only fed to the wheels that have traction, so that you can get out of tricky situations or manage better traction on tricky surfaces. The safety features are also enhanced now with ADAS functions. So to sum it up, like the older GLC, the new one is also a safe bet and arguably an all-rounder. I use the word arguably because you see the exterior trimming could have been a little better. The lack of the ventilated seats or the massage seats or adaptive dampers, that is sorely missed. But then again, this is still a one-stop shop because unlike its competitors, it gives you the option of both a petrol and a diesel engine. It has the fairly green, mild hybrid tech. It's got a spacious and very comfortable cabin, just the way it should be in a Mercedes-Benz. And then it's got a very spacious boot as well. So for those with an active lifestyle and wanting to road trip, etc., there's a lot of space back there too. So if you've been waiting for over a year for the GLC, the bestseller is back.
Well, with that, it's a wrap on this week's edition of Overdrive. But remember, you can stay in touch with the team through Facebook, Twitter, as well as YouTube. And you can follow our latest updates on Instagram. We'll see you next week. Until then, drive and ride safe.